Dead Rising. We're working on the 2 achievements, Frank the Pimp and the Tour Guide, Part 2. Alright, so the first one, I kind of mentioned how we got to the where we are right now. Basically, we hung up in the Northern Plaza up until 9 p.m. the first day. And we took out Adam the Clown. We got Greg to open up the shortcut. And eventually we winded up going and getting the Hatchet Man, and we went outside to get Sophie. A lot of people would not mess with getting Sophie. Basically what will happen is when we get to the above the law, they will go back to the other plaza and get the girl that's being held by the cult leader, and then backtrack to the Northern Plaza to where there'll be a guy and a girl hanging from the bunny in the one end of the plaza. But I think this way is a little easier. It prevents us from having to backtrack once we get the girl that's being held by the cult leader. But anyway, this part's a little on the tricky side. I obviously saved the game over at the Wonder Plaza before doing this. Now, what you want to do is basically over here at the sandwich place is this guy, and we need to take him out with the quickness and then get back and get Sophie and then get over to the 2 girls, because once we're in here, it's activating the thing with the girls, and that one girl, I think Pamela, is being hoarded by zombies. So we took him out, made a beeline back to Sophie. Obviously you saw me run upstairs. I got an orange juice, and I made a nectar juice as well, because I'm going to need that bug a little bit later. Now the orange juice is for Pamela because her health is getting down there, and what had happened, she died, so I had to reload to save, and I was trying to get Sophie off into a safe area, but basically there's no time for it. Just get over here and save Pamela. As you can see, her health is starting to get dangerously low. And in the other video I mentioned why we needed that queen bee, and that's for this reason right here. So get down there and talk to her, and again, while you're wheeling the chainsaw, be careful around your survivors.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Follow me!
Okay, so once we finally get her up out of the ditch there, now go ahead, give her this orange juice, get her health up into a better area.
Come on! Follow me!
Now one of the downsides, which why I had to reload the checkpoint, is that when this little caption thing comes up, I can't command the girls to stay in a place, and that kind of screws me up a little bit. The little command to go there won't work while any of the text prompts are coming up, and this will happen a little bit. I don't know, the survivor will be on her hands and knees or whatever, but nevertheless, these are going to be our 2 and 3 girls here. So in the other video, we went and got Sophie. We had to go outside. And it was a little bit of a chore to get her back to the Wonder Plaza, which is fine, because I think in the long run it was a lot easier than having to backtrack to the Wonder Plaza to get our 8th girl. So I think getting her is a better idea than what I've seen to get your 8th girl. Because later it's like after you do above the law, you got to go back to the other plaza to get the girl that's being held by the cult leader, but then you'd have to backtrack to the Wonder Plaza to get your 8th girl. And with this method, we're already in this plaza, so we don't have to backtrack. All I got to do is get everybody back to the safe or the security room. And I don't care what it is, man. When you're traversing with survivors, it's a chore, man. And one of the things I learned is that you can't get too far away from your survivors. And while you're traversing through hordes of zombies like this, you need to use your little set point to get them to move around. And you got to keep an eye on them. You know, you're off clearing out zombies. You're like, man, I cleared out the way for you guys. How could you not, you know, been there? Because what'll happen is if they get jammed up or whatever, you get too far away, zombies respawn behind there.
Come on! Over there!
And I actually push it a few times, getting too far ahead of them. You just want to, you know, keep an ear out
Come on!
if any of them get in trouble or anything like that. So
Over there!
they seem to be more responsive when you command them to go somewhere compared to say, hey, follow me, kind of thing. So, all right, so we got our first 3. And basically we need to chill here till we get the above the law scoop. Okay, only save the game if you're 100% sure everything is copacetic. Unfortunately with this game you don't have multiple spots to save. If you save it and you needed to backtrack, you can be screwed. So the other thing is with the 360 you are able to use a zip drive as a secondary spot for your save, and I did do it with this game. But as you can see, I got the above the law scoop and I hung out that bathroom. You need to stay in that plaza. You don't want to leave until you get that scoop. Anyway, once I got the scoop and I made it over back to the Wonder Plaza, and I got to traverse getting these girls up to the top. Now, what happens with this game, what you'll see in the later part of this video, and it's a little bit on the risky side, when you have survivors, what will happen is if you go through a cutscene, even though you got to command it somewhere, they're going to automatically come to you. Alright, so right there, I've been commanding them to come, but the 2 girls are getting stuck in the bathroom. And I'm going back to get them, and that also put Sophie out there, which wouldn't have been uncommon to have zombies respawn right where she's at. Alright, so just keep working and chipping away. Once you clear out a path, command them to come up to your next spot. Alright, we got them 3 right together. That's good. Alright, we command them to come up here. It's just easy to get kind of wrapped up in what you're doing. You're killing zombies, trying to do what you got to do, and you kind of lose track of what they're up to, and that's a no-no. You got to pay attention to them. The AI in this game will definitely make you want to throw your controller through the window, but just keep commanding them to move on down while you're clearing out zombies. Just don't get too far ahead of them. This is just, I mean, you can see the 3 little marks up there by the chainsaw. That means I got the 3 books that prolong the life of the chainsaw, and I can't think of a time where the thing actually started blinking where the health of the chainsaw was going down. What will happen is periodically I'll just go and get a new chainsaw. Just, it's been a while, so I'll go ahead and get another one. Okay, so the nice thing is we're getting up to a boss battle here, and you can see how the path is kind of clear of zombies. Okay, now the reason why I didn't leave those girls in the bathroom, because when I cut the walk in here, it's going to activate the cutscene. And what would happen is, after the cutscene, those girls are going to automatically try to find Frank, and I'll be involved up in here, and they're going to have to traverse all the zombies. So the odds of them making it would probably be slim. So you bring them up with you. As you can see, I make the marker right out there. Go stand there while I undo these girls here. Alright, so there's 4 girls up in here, and that's going to give us our 7 that we need.
You're so kind.
So we're basically real close to getting what we
Thank you
need.
very much.
Now, if you're at a level 50 and you don't need more points, then you don't have to get these girls back to the safe house, security room. As soon as you get the 8th girl in your party, the 2 achievements will pop. But hell with that noise. I mean, you got 8 girls here to get back to the safe house. That's a major
Thank you very much.
payday on points. So, but you're gonna put some work in. It's all about the PP points and all that. All right, so we got 7 girls here. And like I was mentioning, if we didn't go get Sophie, we would have to backtrack to this plaza after we went back to the other plaza to deal with the cult leader. Okay, so prior to coming out here, I went up to the sporting good place and grabbed a couple bats. I figured I'd give a few of these women a couple weapons, but most of them are like hold hands, and you're like, eh. So I give one of them a bat, and just, I don't know, it was probably just a waste of time to even deal with that. I got to do all the work. So anyway, just wondering which way to take these girls going down that set of stairs or the other. No matter how you slice it, you're going to have to put in some work to get them to the bathroom, so
Come on!
I'm going to go ahead and take this path back.
Over there!
Just keep an eye on them because they like to get jammed up. Just don't get too far ahead of them.
Go! Follow me! Over there!
Alright, let's get a eye on our markers here. Okay, that looks like all of them. Okay, that's a good thing.
Go!
Okay, the survivors seem to be a little bit more,
Over
I
there!
don't know how to explain it, but when you set a waymarker for them to go to, they're pretty good about getting there, and they're a little bit stronger as far as not getting hung up by zombies compared to follow me type of thing. But as you can see, I want to get them down here, and there's plenty of zombies to be dealing with, so
Go!
I'm going to get them at the end of the stairs here and try to clear out the area. Okay, looks like everybody has made it down the stairs. We'll give them a new waypoint
Over
here.
there!
And as they're working their way to that, you're keeping the area clear. I mean, there is no other weapon you're going to be able to plow the field like that. This chainsaw is just the shit, no question about it. And it's why I do what I do when I'm playing through the game, to get those books.
Go!
Get off of me, man. Not sure I intended to do that, but all right, 7 females.
Go!
I don't care if they're females or not. Dealing with 7 survivors, it's a chore. All right, so basically, once we get them all safe in this bathroom, we need to chill here. And once you're good, you got all the 7 girls back there, save the game. Anything happens in the next part, we can just reload it. Okay, let's get a look. Looks like we got all the girls in there. Okay, I believe I'm going to run off to the little roller coaster up there and get me a new chainsaw. But basically, they're fine as long as we don't go through a loading door. And again, we got to chill here to 3 o'clock.
Come on! Follow me! Follow me!
Okay, so we had to take a risk here. Like I said, we saved the game. We had all 7 girls here, so if anything happens, we could just reload the checkpoint. Because we got to go through a cutscene, which means all the girls in the bathroom are going to try to make our way out to where we are. Now, the only upside is the zombies are a little thin because of this boss thing that's going on here. Alright, so after the thing, the little cutscene, she's in the box. I was thinking, man, maybe I should go back to the bathroom and get all the girls. But I felt alright, I got it saved. If anybody dies, I can just reload it. So go ahead and take out all the raincoat dudes, mini psychopaths, whatever. The chainsaws will definitely take care of business with them. And once we pop this girl out of the crate, we're going to get our achievements. As you can see there, the other survivors are starting to come out here. Alright, so there's our Frank the Pimp and our tour guide. And like I said, I think doing Sophie in the other video prior to this was a lot easier than having to backtrack with all these women back through the plaza to get the 8th lady. So now that we got 8 girls, 2 of them are still in the bathroom. Luckily, the area is not super heavy with zombies. And we're going to go ahead and clear out the path here and make our way through the thing. Now, if you were a level 50 already and you didn't really need the points, you can just go ahead and reload the game or move on, whatever you were trying to do, because you already got the achievements. But I wasn't going to do all this work and not get paid for taking 8 people back to the security room. Alright, so we're 44. Before we get to the warehouse door, we're going to make 45.
Over there!
And we're going to get to midway through 46 when we finally get all these 8 girls up to the security room. So hell yeah, man. Okay, I cannot really comment why the warehouse has not got zombies in it. It's been a little bit since I played the game. But nevertheless, it is what it is. And
Over there!
And then it's just like any other time, set your marker as you work your way through the zombies and don't get too far ahead of them. And me, cut you up into pieces. I'll admit it, I've actually, I just kind of get into swiping zombies and I'll gotten too far away from my survivors, and that's just a no-no. I've learned the hard way about that. That stupid plant there, when I actually go through and get all the survivors for the whatever achievement that is, I can't think of it offhand, but anyway, when you play the game to get them all, that stupid plant would jam up my survivors, so eventually I remember just to break that plant. I don't know why people get stuck on it, but they do. Alright, so it looks like we got all our people. You're like, is that 8 markers there? Yeah, it looks like everybody. And there's like nothing in the back there, so get them up into the warehouse.
Over there.
And like I said, the nice thing is that the warehouse doesn't have any zombies in it, so alright, so it's a clear run through there. Get them up into the elevator, and then the deal with getting them into the safe room or security room is its own thing. God knows why they made it. I mean, through the warehouse, up the elevator, to the air vent. I mean, did they really need to have that stupid little step there? I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I had to deal with this, especially when you're trying to get all the survivors. I mean, you're under a serious time crunch, and then you get this thing going on where they're all like, oh, I'm running into each other, can't get up the step. Anyway, what are you going to do, man? I mean, this thing is definitely frustrating. We're not really under a time crunch when it comes to this little deal, but it is frustrating nevertheless. Okay, now it's like I got them all up there. I can't get to the vent door. And there's no room to
Follow me.
get them to go anywhere else. And the last thing you want to do is put them back out onto the rooftop. If they're not all up here, you go through the vent, then they would be left behind. Anyway, like I said, you almost make like 2 levels here. So that's a nice payday right there. Anyway, that's going to take care of the 2 achievements, Frank the Pimp and the Tour Guide. 2 20-minute videos or so to get through it all, and kind of is what it is. So hope you're liking the videos.